Now, South Africans have used Workers' Day today to vent their anger over feelings of being unappreciated. And the President has called on the Tripartite Alliance members to work together in order to address the challenges that the country is facing. Earlier today, Cosatu held its May Day rally in Bethlehem in the Free State, celebrating labourers and the working class. eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge attended that event, tracking the developments there for us today. Let's go to him now for the latest. Siphamandla, good afternoon. So, Ngome, the working class are angry. Can you tell us more?
Indeed, because they say the governing African National Congress and its government, which is the employer, has not honored a number of commitments that were made in the past. The cost of living is too high. Unemployment, retrenchments, rolling blackouts that are leading to businesses being shut down, which in turn leads to job losses, and the issue of the living wage that has not been realized in the country, and also honoring the 2020 wage deal agreement that was set out for 3 years. It's expiring, and workers and unions have been complaining about that and what they call assault on bargaining council, and they are saying collective bargaining rather is under threat, and they are accusing the government as the employer of undermining collective bargaining. So a number of issues that are related to their working environment and conditions that they feel that the employer, mainly the government in this case when it comes to public sector unions. In fact, we saw a very small number or group of Nehau members who were unhappy, who were singing and dancing, basically making it clear that they are unhappy with this year's commemoration of the Workers' Day, and the leaders of the alliance being there in particular. They were not happy, saying a number of things and promises remain unkept, saying they are still under pressure, everything is going up, their salary increases are not going up, and they say there is lack of political will and commitment from the employer to honor all those commitments that were made before. But the president of Cosatu, Zingiswalusi, explains clearly what is it that has made workers unhappy. Let's please take a listen.
Our economy remains fragile. Unemployment has decreased, but still too high at 42%. Load shedding, cable theft, the vandalism of our railways, the deteriorating of basic services, the rising inflation, corruption, and criminality continue to cripple the economy and threatened the ability of workers to improve their lives and take care of their families. Every 5 years, workers have responded to Cosatu's call and come out in their numbers to return the ANC to office, not because they are sentimental, but because they expect the state power to be used to advance the interest of the working class. Workers are angry at the deteriorating of public service due to state capture and corruption. Workers are angry at essential services like your hospitals, schools, police and home affairs being starved of the resources and staffing they need to serve the public.
Now, Siphamandla, the president, Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, was also there, and he was given some 10 minutes to address that rally. What did he have to say?
Indeed, and he decided to stick to those 10 minutes because I guess the organizers were not sure of the reception that he was going to receive. Remember, last year in the Northwest, he was booed. He ended up not addressing the May Day commemoration rally. So this time around, coming to this event in Bethlehem at the showgrounds, everyone was eager to know what was waiting for the president of the ANC, since workers are not happy with the employer, which is the ANC-led government that he leads in the public sector unions. So all the speakers, in terms of trying to manage and control the crowd and time, were given 10 minutes from the SACP to the ANC, and the president of Cosatu, of course, giving the main address, the keynote address. The president of the ANC started off by paying tribute to the 51 workers who perished 20 years ago on this day during the Solspor Dam, which has since been renamed Solplaki. Those were from the Northern Cape who were attending a May Day rally in the Free State. Their bus driver lost control and plunged into the dam. 51 perished, 8 were rescued, and today there was that commemoration. Before the start of the official May Day celebration or commemoration event, there was a wreath-laying ceremony to remember and honor those who perished. The president of the ANC saying it's crucial for the alliance partners to work together. In this regard, we are talking about the SACP, the ANC, and Cosatu, in saying, well, the alliance still remains a vehicle that is going to fight and take the workers' issues forward. Let's take a listen to the president of the ANC.
Workers in our country and across the world have fought over many years for the right to gather, to celebrate the achievement that they have won over many years of working together. And in our country, it has been real good that we have worked together as an alliance. The ANC, the SACP, and Cosatu, under the leadership of the African National Congress, as it has led the alliance. And through this work that has been done by the alliance, we have achieved a great deal. Much as Workers' Day is taking place today, during a very difficult time for our country, we want to say that yes, issues such as poverty, unemployment, inequality are challenges that can only be effectively addressed if we as the alliance continue working together, if we as the alliance continue holding hands to ensure that the ideals set out in the National Democratic Revolution are indeed achieved. We still feel the effects of many things that have gone wrong in our country, state capture. Recently, we had COVID and lack of investments. And these are challenges that we've got to continue addressing. And it should not be for the ANC to address them alone, but it should also be for the entire alliance.
Now, speaking about the alliance, there is that partner, the South African Communist Party, Siphamandla, SACP. I understand Solima Paila, they're recommitting the party to the relationship with unions and the workers.
Indeed, but there was a disclaimer to that to say this needs a reconfigured alliance. In other words, rework, revamp, and reconfigure the alliance, which is led by the ANC as the center really, because there is a view from the Communist Party that the ANC is no longer playing its role in terms of this alliance, and they are no longer equal partners in this alliance. Therefore, they are calling for that to be re-looked at, moving forward, reconfigure the alliance, and he has pledged that the SACP remains committed in working with Cosatu as well as the ANC, but there is a condition to it to say reconfigure the alliance. Let's take a listen to the General Secretary of the SACP, Mr. Solima Paila.
Committed to work with workers to strengthen and widen working class organization and unity across the board. Equally, comrades, we want to say to the working class, it is your right to exercise your own independent power at all times, in all situations, and enter into any alliances and broad fronts that you so wish. And therefore, we have made a call as a Communist Party for the reconfiguration of the alliance in our country in order to maximize the importance of working class power and the important critical tool of utilizing political power in our hands as a movement. It is therefore critical that this question of the reconfiguration of the alliance is to secure the unity of the workers and to assert the aspirations of the working class as enshrined in our common program of the National Democratic Revolution. And therefore, we are calling for the reconfiguration of the alliance, in particular to re-emphasize, amongst others, the following: to make sure that neoliberal policy prescripts, including the austerity measures, as well as state capture and other forms of corruption, should become a thing of the past. In other words, we are seeking for a thoroughly democratic consensus, seeking consultations on both policy and the selection of those who are mandated to implement our own policies at all levels of the state.